Welcome back to the smartest year ever, our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalist. My name's Gordy, good morning, and this week is Accidental Genius Week, where we're looking at brilliant ideas born completely by mistake. So I was just wondering, how did one man's church bookmark problem lead to one of the most popular office supplies in the world? Like and subscribe right now if you haven't, so you can keep up every single day. I do this every single day. Sometimes at night, sometimes at morning, but every single day. In 1968, a scientist named Spencer Silver was trying to invent a super strong adhesive for 3M, short for Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing Company, known for practical breakthroughs like sandpaper, Scotch tape, and later Scotch Guard and N95 mask. You might remember those old favorites. 3M had a reputation for turning lab experiments into everyday essentials, but instead, Silver made the weakest glue in the building. It stuck, but not very well. You could peel it off without leaving residue. It didn't hold anything heavy. It didn't even dry properly, really. Technically, it failed every benchmark he was aiming for. But it had a weird property. It was reusable. The glue was made of tiny, sticky spheres that didn't fully flatten when pressed, so they stayed tacky even after multiple uses. Silver was fascinated. He called it a solution without a problem. He's like, that is cool, but what am I going to do with that? And for a while, that's exactly what it was. He pitched it to other departments at 3M, but no one bit. It was interesting, but nobody knew what it was good for. So the glue just sat there for 6 years, ignored, but not forgotten. Then in 1974, another 3M employee, Art Fry, had a problem of his own. Art Fry and Spencer Silver. Those guys have cool names. Spencer Silver actually sounds like a product that 3M would make, I feel like. So Art Fry, though, he sang in a church choir. Every Sunday, his bookmarks kept slipping out of his hymnal. Paper clips fell off, folded corners weren't precise. But he remembered Silver's useless glue, and he had a thought. What if you could make a bookmark that stuck in place, but then could be removed cleanly over and over again? And he built a prototype using some of Silver's adhesive on scraps of paper. It worked perfectly. The weak glue that wasn't good for anything turned out to be perfect for something very specific. That was the breakthrough, not in chemistry, but in application. The product idea wasn't super glue light. It was a note that stays where you put it. They pitched it internally at 3M again. Still, executives weren't convinced. So in 1977, the company test launched the product under the name Press and Peel. It didn't sell. People didn't understand what it was or why they needed it. They also floated the idea of idea pads. So in 1978, 3M tried something different. They gave it away. They sent free samples to offices in Boise, Idaho, and they waited. And people loved them. They ran out and then they were begging for more. And just like that, Post-it notes were born. Fun fact, the first Post-it notes were canary yellow, purely by accident as well. Not really accident, but just not really by choice or a preferential choice. It was just that the lab next door to the adhesive team had a surplus of yellow scrap paper. Maybe that will come up in some trivia contest. The national launch came in 1980. They were officially called Post-it notes, a name that emphasized obviously their function. You could post it, remove it, repost it, remove it, repost it, wherever you need. The glue, technically acrylate copolymer microspheres, wasn't strong, but it was just right for the job. And in hindsight, the genius really wasn't the formula. It was in seeing that what looked like a failed experiment might be useful somewhere else. And today, Post-it notes are really everywhere. At least on my desk, they are. Offices, schools, labs, movies, I don't know, user experience design. You even have virtual Post-it notes now, I feel like, on Apple. I storyboarded entire films on walls of Post-it notes. I had a room covered in Post-it notes. I'll put a picture up if I can find one. When I was studying for the MCAT for medical school, and it was pretty insane looking. Literally, I had little bits of information posted on the wall all around me. It just kind of helps me spatialize information. It helps me retain little bits of information better if I can have a physical place to associate it with. I even have Post-it notes with me right now. But I'll be honest, I don't know if they're getting worse or if it's something about the house or the weather here or whatever, but I feel like they're not sticking as well. Maybe I just see new ones. I don't know. But so there you have it. Sorry, I just ruined my Post-it note sponsorship. I'll cut that out if you guys want me to. Just let me know. For a price. But so there you have it. Post-it notes weren't born from a flash of inspiration. They came from a failed adhesive, a falling bookmark, and a stubborn belief that sometimes a useless idea just hasn't found its purpose yet. That is accidental genius times 2. That's why it's Accidental Genius Week after all. Hey, go check out all my sources for this one, which you can find in my YouTube description. Give me a rate, like, subscribe, follow, share this with someone, share this with your friend that works at 3M and tell them that I'll take out the thing about them not sticking as well anymore. Totally. I'll give them my Venmo if that helps. Also, check out the 1-minute version at Smartest Year Ever everywhere on social media for that 1-minute clip. And in the meantime, stay curious and stay clever on our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalists. I will see you tomorrow in the Smartest Year Ever for more Accidental Genius Week.